In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the Fetch Transactions feature to fetch transactions directly from the bank. So what you would do is head to the bank account section in Linebooks, click on the blue button at the top to fetch transactions directly from the bank. And you'll see it's just given us a few tips before we start. If you did want to send the email from your email address rather than the Linebooks email address, such as no reply at Linebooks, you can set up your email configuration. You can click on email account and you can just set up your SMTP rules so the email will come from you rather than the no reply at Linebooks email address. But I'm not going to do that in this case, so I'm just going to cancel that and close it. Before you do make a request, you will have a box that will pop up to say please enter your business details. On that box you can enter your company logo, you can enter your name and email address, etc. So you will see that box. Once you've filled in those details, you can then begin to make your request for data. What you would simply need to do is we've got create a new request. You can just choose the date range. In this date range, I'm going to select a custom period just from the 1st of January 2024 up to today's date, which is the 25th of March. So that's the period I'm going to work with, and then we'll press new request. So you can see an email will be sent to this email address, which would be the client, for the transactions for this date range here for this business. If you wanted to, you can add additional comments. So what I'm going to do is just enter a bit of a comment here saying, if you need assistance, please call us. Confirm and send. You can tick the box to send that to any future requests if you want, but I'm going to untick this because it's just a one-off. Then confirm and send. So the client will have received an email with some step-by-step instructions on how to send the request over to you. So I'm just going to press OK, and I will show you that from the client's perspective now. So we can see here we've got an email here from Linebooks. It says bank statements request from BBB Limited, which is the company, and we can see that this is the client's name. To enable us to prepare your accounts for VAT, we require your bank statements for all of your bank accounts for the company name covering the particular period that we specified. There's the comment that we've made. If you need assistance, please call us. And then we've got the default steps here. So what the client will need to do is click the link and follow these instructions. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Click here to action the request. They will need to press get started. Now the details should autofill, so all they need to really do is enter a password. So I'm just going to stick a password in here, and we've got a password in there now. Tick the box and continue. And now it's just telling the client we want to download the transactions for the specified period. They can just press continue, and they would choose the bank that they want to send across. Now what they can do is, if they've got multiple banks and multiple bank accounts, they can do any banks they want. They just have to first do the first bank, and once they've imported the transactions, so tick this, make sure that's set to on. That means the transactions are going to come through from this bank. If they did have another bank, they can just simply say HSBC, for example. They can then scan a QR code. Simply scan the QR code with your mobile phone. It will take you to the HSBC mobile banking app on your phone, and then you would just enable that, similar to what we've just done. And again, it's the same for any others. So they could add their HSBC, they could add the Bank of Scotland, they could, if they want, just use the website online banking. So there's plenty of options for it there. Once you have got the banks, you may have one, you might have 2, 3, 4, 5, as many banks as you want to bring through on this request. Just make sure they're all enabled, and then press continue. And continue, create your report, and now you can see the report is ready to go. So all they've got to do is press share report, and that's it. So that's all the client has to do. If they did want to view the information they've shared, they can press view completed reports, and that's just showing what they've sent across. They can download a PDF or CSV if they want to. Now if we head back to the bank and just refresh the page, you'll see now we've got the bank statements that have been brought in. So click on the button, and this is the bank that we've brought in. You can choose where you want that to go. So if you had multiple banks, you would have multiple options here. So you might have 2 or 3, and you're just making sure you're allocating them to the correct bank account within Linebooks. Then you press allocate, and it's going to do what Linebooks does best, which is analyzing them transactions, and then continue. And then we know all have been allocated successfully. Press close, and we've got those transactions ready to go, waiting for you to go and process them as normal. And that's it. So theoretically, what you could do is generate a request to fetch transactions from the client's bank. The email will go to them. If you want to give them a call, prompt them, let them know that you've sent that, and then they've just got to click the link. They can do that on the phone or the computer, and within 5 minutes you can have up to 2 years worth of bank statements imported straight into Linebooks. So there's no no fuss, there's no hassle, very simple, and it's going to save you chasing the client for bank statements. It's going to save you flicking through a pile of bank statements, making sure all of them are there. There's no errors, there's no potential for missing statements. The client can't change the date range that you've selected. It is purely the client will approve, you receive, and then you analyze. That's it. Nice and easy, nice and simple. One final thing, you'll notice this box has popped up, and it's just a confirmation that the bank transactions have been imported, and that's it. But if you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment or feel free to get in touch using one of our support options here. Thanks for watching.